Jimin can't imagine himself happier with any job title other than musician. I think I would have found a way to be BTS no matter what, Jimin tells Bustle. As 1/7 of boy band BTS for more than a decade, Jimin captured hearts of the group's fans, collectively known as ARMY, with his falsetto, dance moves, and silly antics on the band's reality shows. Now, like his fellow BTS members who have released solo projects in recent months, the 27-year-old is exploring his individual sound on his debut album Face. It's already climbing the charts, debuting at No. 2 on the Billboard 200 albums chart. The project's main track, Like Crazy, peaked at No. 1 on the Hot 100 in April, marking the first time any individual BTS member or South Korean solo artist has topped the singles chart. Over the course of 7 tracks on the physical album, Jimin chronicles his innermost feelings. Alone is a pop ballad about loneliness and isolation, while Set Me Free PT.2 is a bass-heavy hip-hop track, incorporating a backup choir to emphasize his resolve to break free. The latter song's darker lyrics feature a curse word so uncharacteristic of his previous solo music it shook Twitter to the core. It's also a song where Jimin raps for the first time on a solo track. Despite this being a solo endeavor, BTS stayed involved in the making of Face. I remember told me to pour all my emotions into each song. It was very helpful in making this album. Jimin recalls of the advice he got from the BTS leader, who's credited as a songwriter on 3 tracks. Jimin also enlisted Jungkook to sing trills and ad-libs on Letter, a track included on the physical release. What song are you most proud of on Face and why? I'm proud of each and every song on Face. To pick one, however, I do feel special attachment to Set Me Free PT.2 the most. I loved every step of making the song. For instance, I went to the States to record the choir and it was wonderful to hear them and see the whole process. I believe my fans would think this song best represents what BTS JIMIN does best. When you think about your fans listening to Face, what do you imagine them feeling? I feel anxious just thinking about it. The ARMY that I know would be all ears trying to find out how I would have felt or what I would have thought while singing each song. Set Me Free PT.2 feels like the next phase after on. There's even a similar line about going insane to stay sane. Was it a conscious decision to reference that song? That's one of my favorite lines from BTS songs. I did reference on in Set Me Free PT.2 as I was inspired by the line. You're known for being supportive of your fellow BTS members' solo projects. You even went to Chicago to support J-Hope at Lollapalooza. Who has been the most supportive BTS member so far and in what way? Actually, it was the members who motivated me to start working on this album. I shared the experiences and feelings I was going through during the pandemic and they suggested that I put it all into an album. I'm really thankful that they listened to me and supported me. J-Hope's Lollapalooza stage was just perfect. I was working on my album at that time. And seeing his passion and energy that fills up the stage was very inspiring. Whose reaction after listening to the album meant the most to you? One of them said that he hopes this album would be a new starting point for me to grow further as an artist. It meant a lot and I will keep doing my best to achieve that. You're known to be vulnerable in lyrics and concerts, but this album feels a lot more open. Is there any fear of fans knowing you on this deeper level? The album does portray feelings and thoughts hidden deep inside that I've never shown before, so I'm curious how ARMY would think about the album. What's the song you grew up listening to that you still know all the words to? My Love by Westlife. What's your go-to karaoke song? An Old Love by Lee Moon-se. Who's your current musical idol? Taeyong and Michael Jackson. I actually bought some vinyl records for the first time only recently from a vintage vinyl store. I got vinyls of Michael Jackson and the Beatles. What comes first, the melody or the words? I like writing melodies, so melody comes first. What's the moment you really felt like a musician? Whenever I'm on stage feeling the happiest. This interview has been edited and condensed for clarity.